I too am having a wonderful day. Um, so today we're going to learn more of comprehension. Yeah, I'm going to teach you a few skills of comprehension. So here, let's see. It says, think of critical reading as a bit like an autopsy. Yeah. So everyone knows an autopsy, right? Like somebody dies, they try to determine how they died, isn't it? Was it by poisoning or anything like that? You have a piece of text laid out in front of you, and you need to dissect it. So, yeah, here's like a simile. The text is being compared to a dead body that has died suspiciously. So you're trying to find out how the text was written. In the case of an autopsy, you're trying to find out how the person died, isn't it? But here, you're trying to find out how the text was written. So you're breaking it into chunks. Okay. To do that, you need to learn what tools they are, how to use them, and when to select the right one. These reading tools are going to help you to better interrogate the text you're given in exam. The four tools are question, clarify, evidence, infer, question. The first tool to use is the question tool. This is to get to the basics of what you're dealing with. As you start reading the text, find out what is going on by asking yourself who, what, when, where, when, and why. Who was involved? What? Where? When? Why? Keep on asking those questions throughout. Okay? Who, what, where, when, why. Keep on asking those questions, and then you can reach to the answers of those ones. As you start reading the text, find out what is going on by asking yourself who, what, when, and why. So who are the people? What are they doing? Where are they? When is this happening and why? Why is it happening to them and why is it important? And if you're struggling to even understand what on earth is going on in the text, before you even get to all the writer's techniques, just use the question 2 to ask those basic questions. Clarify. Try to clarify any gaps you might have, because there might be some difficult words you've just never seen before. Perhaps the text is taken from a broadsheet, so it has some sophisticated language, or there might be some jargon because it's not on quite a bizarre or niche subject. You need to try and clear up any confusion you have about the text, especially if a word is in a key sentence. The best way to solve that is to break the word down into its roots, strip it of any prefix or suffix. So words, remember, they have prefix and suffixes. I remember in Form 2 we're learning more of spellings and vocabulary. Where does the word come from Greek or Latin? If it's like this, and of course it means this. You do remember that. So try to use a skill. Try to break the word. Try to know where the word comes from. Is it from Greek, from Latin? Or when you break it, it becomes easier that way. For example, if you hadn't come across the word abnormal or normalized before, you can clarify the meaning by cutting off the prefix or suffix. So abnormal, you can say normal. Then you can see that you already know what it means. So abnormal must be something that isn't normal, right? Normalized, so you can bring it normal and then lies here, isn't it? So you can actually see that what it means. You can actually guess. Normal, abnormal, normalized. Look at the words around it and check that the root where you have makes sense in the context of whatever else is written. And if it doesn't make sense, then cover it up and fill in the blank. Think of a word that could go in its place. Okay, so cover it up and think of a word that could go in its place, in that context. And that word has to make sense in that context. For example, she was a multifaceted woman with many talents. If you don't know what is multifaceted means, cut it to its roots. What letters before or after the main word can you cut? We have multi, which we know means many. The word many is also in the sentence, so that goes in our favor. We are then able to infer that it means a woman has lots of different sides to her. So we could replace the word multifaceted with the word interesting or something similar to see if it makes sense, and it does. He has a powerful malignant presence. What does malignant mean? Right? What prefix or suffix can we cut to get to the root? We might get to more, mal, as in bad. The words around it don't help much either, because powerful can be a good or bad trait. But at least we're now 50-50 as to whether it's a good thing. But the fact we have a bunch that mal means bad, that helps tips in favor of malignant, meaning something negative, particularly if we're aware of the words having other associations. So malignant, if you know mal, it's also what? Bad. It means bad, if you know that word. Malicious, malignant. So I can actually infer that it means something bad. At least that's an important first step to begin with. Exam tip. Beware that the exam board we have deliberately chosen texts that include difficult words that you're likely to not understand. That might seem cruel, but it's to test whether you have the skill to clarify meaning, to problem solve any confusion you get from reading a text. So obviously we're asking ourselves, why does the examiner give us these words? We've never, I'm just Form 3, I've never come across this word before. But of course, they're testing you on something. They're testing you ability to solve problems. They're testing your ability to infer, all right? So you cannot blame them for that. It's part of the test, all right? Evidence. This next two is fairly self-explanatory. You just need to look around the text for evidence. The examiner asks you to identify certain words or phrases that suggest a particular meaning. You need to examine the text and sift through it to find explicit meaning the question is looking for. Infer. Your infer to is where you make some informed inferences or interpretations about the text based on any clues, signs, hints, or any patterns you come across. If this was an autopsy or an x-ray, you'd be looking for fracture or bruises or marks on the body, anything that gives you subtle hints. But in language, you're looking for mood and emotive language and semantic fields and connotations. This helps you read between the lines and get to the implied meaning or the intention of the writer by looking at the technique and style. It's also how you can pick up on any bias in the text, right? So here, guys, so that was our focus here. Focus here on words that we may not don't know their meaning. Remember, you can do this, you can guess their meaning, rather not guess, but you can make an educated guess by, of course, dissecting the word, okay? Cutting it into two. So if you cut it into two, certainly part of the word you can know the meaning of. It will be easy for you to guess the meaning from there. If you can break the words, for example, malignant, we had malignant, we know mal, of course it's a negative word, it means to destroy or something bad. So of course, if we are really getting it in the context of the sentence, it will be easy for us to know the meaning of the word. Okay, so when you break it into two, and also you can think of a word that can replace that word in that particular sentence. That will be easy for you to do. So for example, if you have malignant, and then you try to guess a word that can replace it by what? Replacing it, or by, yeah, just try to replace it with other words and see if it does make sense in that sentence. That would be very helpful to you. I hope you have a wonderful lesson. I too did have a wonderful lesson to learn. Have a nice day.